I want to do one more difficulty multiplier that happens when the game levels up, and what we're going to do is we're actually going to duplicate the enemy so that there's two enemies when we go up a level. So this is going to be make it doubly difficult because the shark's going to go faster, but there's also going to be more sharks. Actually, in a game, maybe you would do one or the other of these, but this is another possibility. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to the shark, and what we need to do is we can use something called cloning, and in the control we've got create clone of myself, and when as I start as a clone. Now this is quite tricky. There's a lot of things to consider and a lot of ways to go wrong here, but what we're going to do is set up a loop so that we're just checking to see if the threshold is met. So in fact we're going to take this code out of the treasure hunter because I want it on the shark, on the treasure, the starfish. I want it on the shark, so I've put it on the shark, deleted that code, and if we go to the shark now, there it is. But what I need to do is to start my own loop. So if score equals whatever, let's say, let's put it up to 2 at the moment. If it's 2, then we change the level up and we set the score to 0. And I'm going to do one more thing, which is create clone of myself. All right. But you'll see there's a problem, because when I level up, it'll create a clone of itself, no problem. Well, I say that, but the problem I have is I don't have a forever loop around that, so it doesn't continually check to see if the score is 2. Now we'll try that again. 1, 2, and we've created the clone of the shark, but the clone of that shark doesn't move. And the reason the clone of that shark doesn't move is because the movement here is triggered by when the green flag is clicked. So actually what I need to do is to say, well, what we're going to do is we're going to do that when I start as a clone. And also here, this changing costume also needs to be initiated by when I start as a clone. And this bit that's checking to see if we've caused any damage to the diver also needs to be started now when I start as a clone. And so if we trigger that off, well, it will work, except for the original shark doesn't start as a clone until we score those 2 points. So the original shark isn't going, but that's fine. What we're going to do is we're going to add a little bit in here when the green flag is clicked. Hide, so we hide the original shark, but then start him as a clone. And then when I start as a clone, we may have to show, let's see about that. Yeah, we'll put that in there anyway. And hide, and then start as a clone. So create clone of myself. So when we start the game, the original shark will hide, but we'll create a clone that then everything else is triggered. So let's try that out. And that works well. And hopefully when we score the second point, we get a second shark. And when we level up again, we should get a third shark. Okay, so not only that, but they're becoming faster as well, so it's becoming doubly difficult. Think about other things that you could do when you level up, so perhaps the treasure could get smaller, the enemies could get bigger, your diver could get slower. Yeah, there's all sorts of difficult ways to change the difficulty. You don't have to do exactly what you've been told to do here. And there we go. Brilliant.